Wait, honey, can you look at this? Does this sound like me?
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Fortnite Mobile. Got some awesome squad gameplay for you going on. I recorded this video while I was playing with my brother over the phone, so no face cam or voice, but at least you get some awesome gameplay. I think I come out of Retail Row with 8 or 9 kills in the first 3 minutes, absolutely destroying everybody with the blue pump shotgun. What makes me so excited about this gameplay is I'm not using auto-fire, yet I'm still destroying with the shotgun. In my opinion, auto-fire or auto-shoot makes pump shotguns really, really good. But for me, playing with the trigger, I'm actually picking the pump shotgun over the tac shotgun. Tac shotgun is poop. I really like the pump shotgun because it does so much damage. You can get one hit off with it, immediately switch to an SMG or an AR, and keep shooting. The only thing I'll pick over a pump is a heavy shotgun. The new double barrel shotgun, I've played with it. I don't like it because of how close you have to be. It just doesn't have the range of the pump or the heavy. You have to be really, really close. Just haven't had a lot of luck with it. Unless you're right next to the person, it will destroy them. But anything just a little bit further out, it's going to be really weak. That's why I've been going with the pump shotgun. But today, while you're watching this gameplay, I want to talk about 3 things. First, tips and tricks for you new players out there. You're struggling. You want to try to figure out how to get better, how to win, how to get more kills. Going to talk about that. Second, we'll talk about your highest kill gameplay you've ever gotten. And then third, we're going to talk about some things I want to just run by you as far as the future of the channel. Some ideas I have. Want to get your feedback. So first thing we'll talk about is tips and tricks. Tips and tricks for this game are as follows. On mobile, it's very different than playing on PC or console. So these are important things to keep in mind. First thing to keep in mind, in my opinion, of course, everybody's going to have a different opinion, and you can disagree. But in my opinion, if you're new to the game or learning the game, you should drop hot every single game, because why are you going to get a win with 1 kill and hide the whole time and waste 30 minutes? That's just stupid. Drop hot, go to the first place the battle bus is going to, go into tilted, do whatever you can, because you need repetition and learning how to get kills and handle a lot of people on you. This is the way you're going to progress and build your skill, your accuracy, your shooting ability. Once you've got that down, then you can drop a little bit off the beaten path and start going for wins. But honestly, at the beginning, getting a win with 1 or 2 kills means absolutely nothing. That just means that all you did was loot the whole time and waste your time. And looting, let's face it, at first it's kind of fun, but it's the most boring part of the game. So that's the first tip I have for you. Always drop hot. Second tip I have for new players, average players, is always pick SMGs over shotguns, because SMGs, they allow you to spray. The only time I wouldn't pick an SMG over a shotgun is if you're using auto fire. If you're not using auto fire, pick the SMG, hold it, spray and pray while strafing left and right. You'll get left and right. You'll get a ton of kills this way. If you are using auto fire, I'm not going to hate on you. That's fine. In auto fire situations, I would probably pick a shotgun just because it is going to shoot for you once the crosshairs get right over the enemy's body. SMGs with autofire can be a little bit iffy because it'll kind of stutter shoot unless you start firing before the crosshairs are on the body and hold it. So that's my opinion. I do prefer trigger over auto shoot. I think you have a lot more control. Let's face it, you need to use the shoot button for so many things. You need to use the shoot button if you're shooting down structures. You need to use the shoot button with sniper or scoped AR. You also need to use the shoot button to build. So in my opinion, I would use the dedicated shoot button over auto fire for those reasons, because even if you use auto fire, you still need to use the shoot button for when you're shooting at walls or you're shooting with a lot of the other weapons we just talked about. So it's very important to get proficient, in my opinion, with the shoot button. Try to learn the shoot button over auto fire. If you're struggling though and you want to rely on a little bit of both and have auto fire on and shoot button, I guess that's fine as well while you're learning the game. Third tip, and again, these tips are solely dedicated to mobile. There's a lot of tips video about the game in general. We're not talking anything about general Fortnite gameplay or Fortnite strategy. I'm speaking specifically to mobile players. So the third thing, really important for mobile, you need to learn to build. And you don't worry, you don't need to build really, really good. You just need to be able to build some simple things like wall ramp. Or if you can't do wall ramp, just set it so that you can just ramp up. You can only go 3 high. If you ramp up 3 high and you fall, you're not going to take damage. If you ramp up 3 high and jump off, you'll take fall damage. If you ramp up 4 ramps, and jump off or fall off, you will take fall damage, so keep that in mind. Ramps are better than nothing. I think ramps can give you such a big advantage. I see a lot of players who have a lot of accuracy and skill. They ramp up on me quickly, and they're very good, and it's hard to combat, especially if they're ramping up quickly. So at least try that. What you can do in the settings on building is you can set your building material to either reset or not. If you have your building material reset, just know every single time you go into build mode, it's always going to start with a wall. That's how I have it. But if you just want to ramp and do nothing but ramp, make it so that your building does not reset and it will always stay on the last thing that you built. And if you're only building ramps, that means you only will start off building ramps all the time, so you can quickly go into build mode, start ramping all the time. So again, those are my 3 tips for you mobile players. Hopefully it helps you out. We'll do more tips in the future. Next topic is about high kill gameplays. I have a video on the channel where I got 16 kills doing solo squads. This video, I got 15 kills in squads with my brother. To be fair, he did let me get the last 2 kills, but the other 13 were all me. He wasn't letting me get those kills. So what is the highest kill gameplay you've gotten? I'm just curious. I want to see if anybody's got a 20 bomb on mobile. I think that's very difficult. Even the best players in mobile, the guys who stream all the time, I've heard them. I think their kills are, highest kill gameplays are around 16 or 17, maybe 18. But I haven't heard of anybody yet dropping a 20 bomb. And I think the reason why it is so rare in mobile is for some reason in mobile, everybody drops hot and dies so quickly. If you go 10 minutes into a match in mobile, you'll see there's only typically 25 guys left. If you go 10 minutes into a match on PC or console, you'll see there's more guys left in the lobby. So a couple things I've noticed about mobile, the lobbies are rarely full. Usually you're starting with only 85 to 90. And then the second thing is just people die so quick and the map is so spread out that it is hard to get that 20 bomb. But just let me know in the comments what's been your highest kill gameplay. I'm just curious. Last thing I want to discuss with you, I want to get your opinions and feedback. Hopefully, if you're still watching, this means you're one of my more hardcore and loyal subscribers, and I do appreciate it if you're still around. That means you are my homie, man, and I need your feedback because, honestly, I just don't know what to do with the channel. I'm so in love with Fortnite. I was playing all these other shooters, but I'm just obsessed with Fortnite. That's all I want to do, honestly, is just play Fortnite all the time. So 3 ideas I have. First one is, should I start live streaming? Me and my brother play just about every other night. Maybe I should just stream when we play duos. Second thing is, Discord server. Should I get one going where I could have...
I am...
That's so stupid.
Okay, I'm honored Jake made the mistake of letting me speak at his wedding.
Okay, little Jake realized.
That's when little Jake realized he had made his ghost costume.
You might be trying to get one guy and then it automatically like goes away from where you're aiming at. Alright, what is going on, guys? This is SSN Santa here, coming at you with a brand new video, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys some tips and tricks that will help you to improve your skill in Fortnite Mobile, so that way you can win some back-to-back solos on your phone or your iPad to impress your friends. I'm also going to be dropping some tips for those of you who guys are new to Fortnite, who might be playing on PC or console. You might be able to learn something new from this video, so definitely stick around, guys. And if any of you are new to my channel, welcome, but let's get right into it. So if you guys, like I said, if you learn anything new from this video, definitely drop a like. We're going to be covering a lot of different topics here. We're going to be covering settings, dropping tips, looting tips, moving around the map, taking out kills, and building tips, as well as some other random generic stuff that you guys might want to learn from. So starting off with the setting, as you guys can see, we have a lot of different options. First one's your touch sensitivity. So there's actually 3 different kinds of touch sensitivities that you have. You have your first touch sensitivity, which is your generic sensitivity when you're looking at the third-person mode on your screen. I recommend setting this up. There's actually 2 different ways you can set this up. The way that I like to set it up for my devices is if I put my thumb in the middle of the screen and I swipe at a consistent rate of speed to the left or right, I do a full 360. 360. The reason why I like to do this is because that way I don't have to swipe multiple times in order to fully rotate and look around myself to make sure that I'm not going to get shot in the back or somebody's just sneaking up on me. A lot of times people have their sensitivity too low and they might get too comfortable with that, and then it makes it a lot harder in the long run when they have to turn around and they're trying to build, and it just makes it really hard because a lot of times when you're building, this is going to be kind of later on, being able to move in a full 360 definitely makes it a lot easier to build really, really fast. We're going to be getting that in a moment. Now for the aim down sight sensitivity, guys, this is when you have an M4, a shotgun, or something that doesn't have a scope on it. When you're aiming down sights, it gives you about 2 times or 3 times more visibility ahead of you. So for me, it's almost twice as much as my average touch sensitivity. It may differ for you guys. Whatever you feel is the easiest way to track a target that's right in front of you or across the map. And then the touch scope sensitivity is for stuff like the sniper, the crossbow, or the rifle scope, where you're aiming down sights and you have more of a field of view. So if you're going to be shooting somebody up close, it might make it really hard. So mine's just a bit higher than my aim down sight sensitivity. It makes it easier for it to track. Like I said, this personal preference. Overall, like I said, I recommend making it so you can do a full 360 if you put your thumb in the middle screen and move to the right or left. The other method that you could use is starting off low. Start with a really low sensitivity and build up from there so you can find the perfect one for you. Like I said, it's probably going to be nice if you can do a full 360. Later on, it's going to help you with building and overall just being able to check your back and stuff like that. Now, the next one we have is swap, accept, and back. I'm going to be explaining all these and what you can do. So basically, for a mobile player, you actually want to turn this off. It has nothing to do with this. If you're playing on console, let's say Xbox, if you're in the home menu, if it said press A to select something, you could basically put the swap, accept, and back on, so that instead of pressing A to accept something, you press B to accept something, and then to back off of that option, you press A to back off instead of B. That's all that is. That's all. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Has nothing to do with in-game, so turn that off. For matchmaking region, guys, you want to put down auto. You don't want to have that on Asia if you live in the United States. Basically, what that is it's your ping, and your ping, if you guys don't know what ping is your internet and how fast it processes with the server. So basically that's measured in milliseconds, and to put this into perspective, guys, milliseconds, there's actually 1,000 milliseconds in 1 second. You know how fast 1 second is? For me, ping right now is actually 30 milliseconds, which is really, really good. So that means that it only takes 30 milliseconds for me to shoot and for it to process in the game. That's literally a blink of the eye, even faster than that. So you guys should be all set there. If you want, you can move it around to different regions, test out, and see what you like. And the next one is going to be sprint cancel for reload. I turn that off because I just personally like to be able to move. If I was reloading a gun and I were to run by accident, because all there is right now is there's no run button, but if you were to move your joystick at full extent, it's going to make you automatically run. So if I was in a gunfight situation and I was reloading a shotgun or an AR, I would be pretty upset if I accidentally ran and it canceled the reload. I definitely would recommend you guys turning that off. There's just really no reason to have that on. Now, tap to search and interact is really interesting. I like to have that on. It's all up to you guys, depending on how you're able to use your controls and how comfortable you are. If you're not comfortable with your controls yet and you're still trying to learn, I would recommend having that on. That way, if you're near a chest, it just opens it for you. For me personally, I like to be able to just tap on the chest to open it, or tap an ammo crate. It makes it a lot funner that way. For my personal preference, it's just how you play the game, because I know that like when you're playing on PC or console, you have like press F to interact or press X to interact, stuff like that. I just like to have that on. Now for aim assist, guys, I recommend for the newer players, definitely have aim assist on. There is a couple bugs with it so far since the game is in beta, but I would recommend it because at medium to far range gunfights, it's going to help you out if you're using the M4 or guns like that. Even up close with the pump, it can help you out a little bit, or even the attack. Sometimes it is buggy, like I said, where it kind of aims off to the side of a target, or if you're shooting one guy and then somebody else runs in front of it, it throws off your aim. That's why I don't really like to use it, especially at far ranges. If you're playing squads and there's like 3 people that you're trying to shoot at, you might be trying to get one guy and then it automatically like goes away from where you're aiming at, and that's what I don't like. So I actually personally have that off. I try to play claw the best I can. As you guys know, the HUD at the moment is not the best for claw. Once the custom HUD comes out, I'll have some tips and tricks for setting up your controls. But for me, the way I play, I don't even need aim assist. It just makes it a lot easier for me to have that off. For new players, like I said, I would recommend having it on. Of course, after time, you might find it really annoying if you're not able to get those shots that you could have got without aim assist. And, you know, for the more experienced players, I would recommend turning it off. It makes it a lot more fun. It's a better experience for playing on mobile. Now, for reset building choice, guys, I recommend have this off. What that does, I'm going to really quickly explain this, is let's say you were to put a trap down and you were to switch over to a gun and use that for a little bit and switch over to your building materials. It would reset back to the main wall, the first wall, I believe. And I don't really like this because I'm going to show you guys later on when we're talking about building. As you can see in the beginning of the video, if you go back there, I have time increments that you can follow. But for building later on, it makes it really hard in certain situations on mobile to be using the reset building choice. So I recommend you having that off. There's really no need to use that. It makes it easier on PC and stuff, but I don't recommend that. Now, the next one we have is turbo building. I would recommend to turn this off as well. Basically, all that means is if you were to hold down the build button or hold down the tap screen or double tap the tap screen, it's just going to continually build. You won't have to tap in between each build. I personally like to tap in between each build because I can control it better. You know, you don't want to waste your resources by accident by making it just build a ton of stuff and you're moving around and then just starts building this crazy thing that you don't want it to build. It might help you in some situations, but overall, I think turbo building isn't really that useful in my situation. Now, the next one we have is auto material change. All that does is just changes. Let's say you had wood and you ran out of wood, it would go to brick, and then if you ran out of brick, it would go to iron or metal. And the only reason why I don't recommend this, I would turn this off, is because when I'm collecting materials, which we'll talk about building later, like I said, I'll either be using wood in certain situations, brick in certain situations, or metal in certain situations, where I wouldn't want it to switch over if I ran out. If it ran out, it runs out, and then I can switch it myself. I mean, I really don't like having that auto material change. And finally, we have peripheral lighting. I'm not 100% sure what this is. I believe it just means that the lighter colors don't look like healthy too. Toy. Like, they don't look like a toy. It looks more realistic. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm not really sure what that is. I do recommend having that on, you know, just it adds to the graphics of the game. Like I said, not 100% sure what this is. Alright, now that we're done with the settings, guys, we're going to be moving over to dropping tips. This is going to be the second topic we're going to be going over. If you guys want to skip this, you can move over to looting tips. That's the next one we're going to be covering. If you guys are looking for action and you want to get into the gunfight to train yourself and you're probably not really looking to get to the end game, I'd recommend going Tilted Towers. You're going to find a lot of people there. You can get a gun right away and you can actually end up getting a lot of kills. Along with this, kind of depends on the game mode you go with. A lot of my gameplay that you guys see today is solo squads, where I basically go in by myself versus squads, which is a lot of fun because you're just relying on yourself and you're getting tons of kills, you're knocking people. Solos are fun, but there's just not as much action mid-game. It's only at like the beginning of the game and end game where you're gonna find a lot of action. Most of solo squads you find a lot of action no matter what. For the more dropping tips, like I said, drop in areas where you don't really have to glide over to. I recommend, if let's say you're going into Tilted Towers, you'll notice I'll go into the lower areas of the map, so that way my parachute can open at the lowest altitude. So that means you should probably aim for roads, ditches, canals, or where you see water, because that's most likely where the area of the land where you're dropping, like when you're going straight down, is going to allow your parachute to open at the lowest altitude. And depending on how close you are, it just takes a while to judge, but eventually you'll be able to know exactly when you have to go straight down and go to the closest area to the ground. That way you're not like in a mountain. If you're to drop over a mountain, your parachute's going to open higher. People are going to get to the ground faster than you. You're not going to be able to find any loot, and you'll probably get killed in the end looking for things. One other tip that I could say is just making sure that while you're dropping on your phone or your iPad to impress your friends. I'm also going to be dropping some tips for those of you guys are new to Fortnite, who might be playing on PC or console. You might be able to learn something new from this video, so definitely stick around, guys. And if any of you are new to my channel, welcome, but let's get right into it. So if you guys like I said, if you learned anything new from this video, definitely drop a like. We're going to be covering a lot of different topics here. We're going to be covering settings, dropping tips, looting tips, moving around the map, taking out kills, and building tips, as well as different kinds of gunfights, and just running over dead bodies in order to grab the ammo, all the good stuff, just swapping out your guns, and you should be good to go, guys. Let's move on to building. Alright, so now we're going to be taking a look at building, which is one of the most important things in Fortnite. It can save your life. It's your main defense, and I'm going to be giving you guys some tips because I know it's really hard on mobile, so stick around with me, guys. This is probably one of the most visited sections, so I hope you guys stick around and learn something new from here. So first of all, you obviously want to be looting out building materials constantly. Be sure to hit those blue targets as well, because when you hit those, you actually obtain more material off of what you're hitting. If I'm running and I'm in the open, I usually set up my build option to be a brick wall, so that way if I'm being shot at, I can immediately place a wall or two around me, and this is just a really good way to defend yourself. And then right behind that, just build a ramp, and then you're ready to go. You're going to be able to have a head glitch going on there with the third person, so you can see exactly where your enemy is, and then when the time's right, just stick up, try to pop a couple shots off of him. Maybe you can build more to your fort, or you can try to move in closer. If I'm going to be looting out an area like Pleasant Park, for example, I usually will have a wooden ramp selected because it's the weakest material, so you're not really wasting anything. If you were to use, let's say, metal ramps to get around the map, that wouldn't be very efficient, so obviously using wooden ramps is really good. And the way I like to use those is I'll have it ready to go, so that way I can jump on top of the buildings and get in from the roof. That way I can figure out where the chests are. They're usually up there in the basement, so that's kind of why I like to do that. Basically, you can also use the ramps to get around the map a lot easier if you're going to go over a mountain, obviously. That's really good. I'll talk about that with more of moving around the map. I also like to collect the metal as much as I can, so that way I can use it from right outside of the base at the end of the game. It takes time to generate health, but it is the strongest material, and then I use wood for the internals of my base because I want to save brick and metal, obviously. So overall, that's just with building. Now let's take a look at moving around the map. Alright, so for moving around the maps, I have a couple neat tips for you guys depending on your different play styles. For me personally, I'm a pretty aggressive player. I like to get kills, as many as I can.
Quick little heads up before the video starts, if you need any other help, make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, link in the description below. Feel free to ask me a question on Twitter and I'll be more than happy to answer it for you. Now let's get into the video because I don't have any guns. And I just saw a person in front of me. Oh my goodness. What? What's up, worlds? The 7 Worlds Gaming here today, and today I'm gonna be bringing you some tips and tricks for Fortnite Mobile on iOS, and I think it's gonna be on Android in like 2 to 3 months. So without further, let's do this. Now I currently don't have a shirt on, so more than likely I'm just gonna go ahead and remove myself because I don't want to put a shirt on. I'm too comfortable right now. So see you in the next one. Alright, now that that potato head has been removed, let's go ahead and get started. First things first, a lot of people have been asking me this question and then been asking, how can I talk in the game? So what you need to go ahead and do is go into the settings. The button is going to go ahead and be on the top right hand side. Tap on that, then you're going to see the little gear, top right hand side again. Tap on that, and you're going to see 2 options. You're going to see game and audio on the top. So you want to go ahead and go to audio. Now right here on the bottom 4 options, that's what you want to go ahead and take a look at. It says subtitles. You don't really need subtitles on. That's mostly just been transferred from the main game, so you don't really need to go ahead and worry about that. Now what you do need to worry is where it says voice chat and push to talk. Those you want to go ahead and have that on, and the push to talk you don't necessarily want to go ahead and have push to talk on, because as I said, that is mostly just for like computer, PS4, all that kind of stuff. So just go ahead and have that off, because I don't think there's even an option for push to talk on mobile. So yeah, have that option off. Now another big tip is go ahead and turn down your sensitivity and just go ahead and work your way up. A lot of people have been issues with, especially if you're just playing mobile for the first time, go ahead and just turn down the sensitivity. Once you feel comfortable with that, if you feel like it's too slow, then go ahead and turn it up. And another thing is the matchmaking region. You want to go ahead and have that in auto. You don't want to have one set. If not, more than likely your game is going to go ahead and lag a lot. And I would suggest just to have vibration off, aim assist on, and all of that stuff. Just leave it as it is. Now let's get into a game so I can show you a little bit more. Everything on the screen is as it would if you were on PC and PS4, so I'm not gonna go ahead and explain any of these menus right here. Now if you do want me to go ahead and make a video just explaining all of these menus, go ahead and let me know, but I think for right now we shall be good. And as I'm waiting to go into the game worlds, if this video does help you out in any way, shape, or form, go ahead and hit that like button. If you know anybody that's actually playing Fortnite on mobile and you think this might be helpful to them, go ahead and share it. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Now that we're currently here, there is not a way at the moment to go ahead and set just to move out your button layout, so you're gonna definitely have to get used to it. Now another thing that people are not too aware of, and that is the game does not support at the moment more than fingers touching the screen. So if you play claw or anything like that, just know that you're gonna be affected by that. If you ever try to shoot and you have more than 2 fingers touching the screen, you will notice that it will actually not shoot. So make sure you only have 2 points of contact on the screen. If not, you might end up getting killed. Now, as I'm here, what I would highly suggest to do, if you don't know how to auto run, let me go ahead and tell you. The joystick on the bottom left hand side, the one that you use to move around, you're just gonna go ahead and double tap that circle and it's gonna automatically start running for you. You can do it again. Just double tap the circle and it will automatically start running. Now the buzz thing is pretty straightforward. For example, if you want to go ahead and land on Dusty Depot, you do want to jump a little bit sooner. So I would highly suggest you go ahead and jump now. There's not an actual, like, it doesn't give you an actual time. I probably would have jumped a little bit earlier, but what you can do is just go straight down, because you're going to be able to just use that glider and just glide, baby. Now you also want to make sure you don't land like right on top of the mountains. If not, you're going to go ahead and just, the parachute is going to come out sooner, which is going to suck because it's going to make you a lot slower. But as you can see right here, it's pretty much taking us straight to where we need to go. And this video is pretty much set just for beginners, so just go ahead and tap on the chest if you do come across any chest. That way you'll be able to pick up a gun and you'll be good. Now, if you're shooting, what you want to go ahead and do is you want to just crouch a little bit and then aim. There you go, just like that. Make sure you're crouching. That way you'll be a little bit more accurate, and you also want to go ahead and aim. You just been transferred from the main game. Just go ahead and let me know. But I think for run, let me go ahead and tell you. The joystick on the bottom left hand side, the one that you use to move around, you're just going to go ahead and double tap that circle and it's going to automatically start running for you. You can do it again. And just double tap the circle and it will automatically start running. Now the buzz thing is pretty straightforward. For example, if you want to go ahead and land on Dusty Depot, you do want to jump a little bit sooner. So I would highly suggest you go ahead and jump now. There's not an actual, like, it doesn't give you an actual time. I probably would have jumped a little bit earlier, but what you can do is just go straight down, because you're going to be able to just use that glider and just glide, baby. Now you also want to make sure you don't land like right on top of the mountains. If not, you're going to go ahead and just, the parachute is going to come out sooner, which is going to suck because it's going to make you a lot slower. But as you can see right here, it's pretty much taking us straight to where we need to go. And this video is pretty much set just for beginners, so just go ahead and tap on the chest if you do come across any chest. That way you'll be able to pick up a gun and you'll be good. Now, if you're shooting, what you want to go ahead and do is you want to just crouch a little bit and then aim. There you go, just like that. Make sure you're crouching. That way you'll be a little bit more accurate, and you also want to go ahead and aim. That way you'll definitely have a higher chance of hitting the shots. But let's go ahead and see, maybe we can find this person.
New Amsterdam is America's first public hospital. Patients don't need insurance, money.
You do know the whole system's rigged.
Whoa, 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 that was a close one. Come on, baby. Give me all your stuff. Let's see if maybe we can just go ahead and heal up real quick. Oh my gosh, we're at 10 health. That was super potato aim too. I'm still getting used to the aim on this game, and I'm still working with the sensitivities. So I highly suggest you go ahead and do the same. Just always keep on working with the sensitivity. That way you'll have a better chance. All right. I think there's going to be like one more, and then I'll be able to talk to you. World about just aiming and other stuff. All right, now that we killed that person, let me go ahead and gather some materials. That way I'll be able to show you worlds a little bit more on just how to build and how to not get yourself into trouble. Oh my goodness, I found some health. I never find those things. And now there's definitely some tutorials out there on YouTube that talk about the color of the guns and all that stuff. So I'm not gonna go ahead and make a video on that unless you want me to. If you want me to go ahead and make a video on just gun colors, what they mean, and all of that stuff, definitely let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that. If not, then for right now, I think we're good. Get this person real quick. Man, I just want to show you worlds how to build. He's just gonna... They're just gonna keep running away from us.
Alright. Let's get this going. Guess I'm doing another episode by myself. Jack was supposed to be here yesterday and hasn't shown up.
No, she liked you, dude. You're good looking. You have a lot of money. You don't have to worry about it, man. Don't be self-conscious. Alright. Alright, I'll talk to you later, my good friend Dan Blazarian. Alright. No, you're the man. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Bye. What up, dude?
Where the f have you been?
What do you... I sent you the... Did you get my email?
Yes, I got the email. That wasn't any news.
I was getting some good stuff out there. Hold on. Getting another call. Hey, Abraham.
Abraham Lincoln?
Okay.
Jack went to LA, now he's Hollywood Jack. Jack boys.
Oh, whatever, dude. Does this office even have an elevator? We got some news?
I miss the old Jack. This Hollywood Jack. I don't... You didn't even do the intro. You always do the... You're co-anchor now. I'm head anchor. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Jug News. I'm head anchor Edwin Quicks-like Meza, joined here with my piece of shit co-anchor Hollywood Jack. How you feeling, you piece of shit?
Oh, man. I got all of the laid. I just think it's funny to act like a douchebag coming back from LA because everyone assumes that when you go to LA and come back you turn into a douchebag.
So are you saying that everyone from LA is not a douchebag?
Not all of them. Believe it or not, they're not all douchebags. Tomfoolery aside, has Epic Games been ripping you off?
If you've ever bought a $20 skin in general, the answer is immediately yes.
If you do buy a bunch of skins, you're stupid. They don't do
I, however, own very many skins, actually.
Did you do a tour of all the skins you have on your YouTube channel?
We are not going to talk about that.
Roll the clip.
50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Your boy has 55 skins. I need to figure out how many V-Bucks that is.
That's not what we're talking about today, fellas. Today we are talking about how Epic is ripping you off by...
If you're one of the thousands of players who bought the first starter pack ever released, then you know who the rogue agent is.
You might also remember that when this skin was released, it was only $4.99 in the store. Where you buy B...
Hello, yes? Hey, Paris Hilton. How are you?
You might also remember that the skin was released in the store where you buy V-Bucks. It was only $4.99 at the time, and it was not released in the item shop where you buy skins. There is a difference.
Additionally, you might remember that that skin was advertised as exclusive, meaning it's the last chance you'll ever have to buy it. However, the skin was recently released in the item shop.
And that's some bullshit, dude. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's Epic Games right here. This seriously upset some people. To the point where players like Reddit user _eggs actually successfully got a refund from the PlayStation Store for this reason specifically. If you're looking for a refund on another console, it might not work out as well as it did for eggs, but you can try. I think that false advertisement, if you email anyone, is a good enough reason to get your refund, but that's, you know, it worked out for eggs on the PlayStation Store, so it's worth it.
But this begs the question, due to the refund being approved for this specific reason, does this mean that PlayStation is acknowledging that they have taken part in false advertising? We want to report on this issue because we really want your guys' opinion. I think that that's absolutely ridiculous that they're going to call something exclusive and then re-release it Isn't that like a lawsuit waiting to happen? Isn't false advertising taken extremely seriously, especially on the internet?
Does the re-release of this exclusive skin mean no skin
is safe? Will Battle Pass skins be released as well? I don't know, but if the Black Knight ever gets re-released, I'm gonna shit myself.
He's gonna shit himself because he's gonna buy it because he currently doesn't have it.
I do not have it. Fucking dope.
You fucking noob, dude. Season 1 OG right here, motherfucker. Yeah.
There's been a lot of speculation that the Skull Trooper and the Ghoul Trooper, and maybe even the Scythe, might be released during Halloween. And the re-release of the exclusive Rogue Agent skin is definitely a supporting theory.
I just, I'm kind of on both sides of this because I have some exclusive skins that I would really like for them to not re-release. Like, I had the Red Knight before it was re-released, and now that one, everyone has it. I have the Black Knight, this and that. So if they start re-releasing Battle Pass skins, I will be very, very upset because at this time, it looks like the Battle Pass are the only skins that are going to be rare because they just re-released the Power Chord. Like I said, they re-released the Red Knight, and they're probably going to re-release the Ghoul Trooper and the Skull Trooper. And at that point, you know how like they're eliminating like skill gap? It really, like, I feel like they're eliminating like skin gaps, if that makes sense.
So basically, our theory here at Jug News is if it's going to make Epic Games a fuckload of money, they will probably re-release it.
So with that being said, fellas, let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys have any rare skins that you guys don't want them to re-release? And if you don't have any rare skins, are you stoked for them to re-release all of these rare skins that I had before you, but no one will ever know? You pieces of shit.
Time will tell. Oh, I gotta take this. Barack Obama's calling me. Obama! This has been Jug News. I would like to thank my co-anchor. He thinks that he can just make himself head anchor, but that's definitely not the case. You did great work, so you will be promoted this episode to head anchor, except for the fact that you tried to sabotage me and make me co-anchor, so you're still co-anchor.
What kind of fuckery is this, dude? This guy takes a week-long vacation, comes back talking about Barack Obama, and all of a sudden I'm co-anchor again.
I got a million views. I got a million views in LA.
Yeah, well, we could have gotten a million views if you were here too, bro.
If you write anything on your computer, you need to get Grammarly.
Grammarly is like my secret weapon for writing papers.
It catches my grammar errors, spelling errors, and even helps me find the right words to use.
It's like having your own personal proofreader for free.
Download for free at Grammarly.com.
Update day. You know I hate it. There's a new Porta Fortress, which is a Porta Fort on steroids. Also, there's a playground exclusive, Spiky Stadium. It's like a porta-fort that spawns a stadium. Pretty weird, but instead of trying to get a win with a new item, I'm going straight to some dumb shit science. We essentially broke a server. You're gonna see what I mean. Shit gets weird. You open one of those red supply drops that come from the sky, and you get 200 impulse nades and one of these stadium things. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Shit's dumb as hell. I know, we figuring shit out right now. Come to me, Jug. Come to me. Yeet. All right, you ready? Yeah. Let's test it. We both each have one of these things. Holy crap. What if we... Yeah, we both just throw them together. My God. Like, look at the size of this thing.
What the...
It's freaking... massive. Just throw it anywhere. They'll probably overlap. There's a good chance they'll overlap. Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my.
What the hell?
I'm sorry, what? Holy crap, it's got seats and everything. It's got concession stands. See, I just don't know what we do with this. Yeah, it was at this point where I was like, yo, I know what we're doing. Dumb shit science, building a mega tower. All right, boys, ladies and gentlemen. We got some dumb shit to do. I found it, it's brick. Let's get to breaking some bricks. I want hundreds of these things. I want soccer stadiums going to the moon. This is a lot of stadiums. This is like, this could host the Olympics right here. What we've got right here is enough to host the Olympics. Oh, look at this shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. It's like I'm showering in these things. Oh, look at me, Jug.
yeah, we'll can always rotate people in, see, you know. But if he's down tomorrow, he could tell him to show up.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him.
3:30, he'll play. He could play with us.
I'm gonna tell him.
Because Jumbaco hasn't responded to me. He might be in school or some shit.
For sure, for sure.
Alright, ready up, LJ? I'm gonna go in the other Discord.
Alright.
We're about to start it up.
What? Yep,
Alright.
yep.
Change squads. Alright.
LJ, how do you get your mic to work on your headphones? What do you mean, brother? What's up, Nini? What's up? Ultras? Or Atiris, my bad. What's going on, brother? What's up, Zoe? What do you mean, Zoe? What do you use for mic? For a mic? What a headset, brother. Like a regular headset. Nini, you'll never see me do that, ever. Ever. Do you have to get another one? What do you mean? Bro, if your mic is working perfectly, it should be fine. Are you talking about OBS or like on PC? What do you mean? Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Never. Kids. Let's get it.
All right, kid. Yeah, good. I can feel this.
Cut, can we get in a match first?
Oh, we're on East Ping. Yeah, okay. Okay. Where are we going? Get that down before this heads out.
Let me see. What's the map say?
Risky to lucky.
Little Mexico or what?
I'm down.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Apex Gaming is in here, bruh.
Who's that?
They got number 1 in squad's fucking leaderboards right now.
Oh shit.
Sweatbanders.
Where are we going?
Little Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, we finna clap them, bro. I
ain't tripping either.
I'm finna clap these kids, bro. I'm show you who's number 1. I'm going to TwitchCon.
Okay. What's up, Pineapple?
What's up with it, Pina? Okay. Team going small junction.
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming over here too. I hope this Apex game, man, bro.
Me too. I'm about to take his ass out right off the bat, brother.
Ooh, gold blammer.
Oh my god. That's what I need. I'm gonna have to look for one of those, bro, or a vending machine.
They're on me, brothers.
They're on you?
Yep.
Where'd you go?
Where you at? Oh shit. Where? Oh, good shit, motor.
Hey, there's a purple fucking silent scar up here.
I'll take that.
Oh, I got the, what you call it?
Can I take it or no? You want it, motor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. I got the fucking, portable shit.
Oh.
Portable fortress.
Okay.
We used it earlier in the fucking leaf mess.
And it helped?
I guess.
Where's it at?
We probably should have saved it for the next one.
Where's that, Chris?
Up north right there. Up in the building there. Up. Yeah, true.
It is. I got stink bombs too.
Yeah, I got some too.
Nice. I'm gonna push east right here at this little
Alright, there's a team at Small Junction, so just be on the lookout.
Yeah, I got you. I'm farming up too.
I need fucking shoddy ammo. There was a green pump in the middle if nobody had one.
Yeah, I need that. There's a green SMG over here.
I got a blue one. There's something gold right here I'm gonna grab. Hopefully it's a blammer. I don't think it is though.
Where was it at, motor?
On me, blue up here where I'm hitting that.
Oh, it's a gold from Moss right here.
I'm good. Yeah, part. I got some.
They went to Junction?
Yeah, they did.
100%.
Yeah, I seen them.
Did we have ribs over here?
I'm checking it now.
Little Mexico.
No.
What about gas station? What about gas station?
I don't see anyone over there. I didn't see no one go over there either.
Hey, there might be people right here. There's
Yeah,
some.
be careful.
Oh
Be
shit.
careful. Build something nice right here, and then regather your mats.
All right.
Shit, I'm just gonna drop all my mats in there.
Bro, what are you doing? You. Oh shit, that was my bad.
Those are all harvested. Everything.
What, pineapple? Alright, I'm gonna have to go back in. I think I got shot at right now. Oh shit, this is not covered right here, brother.
Get that drop.
What's up? What we doing?
There's a drop right here.
Grab that shit. What is it?
Impulses. Launch pad into a fucking big sniper. Gold heavy.
I'm shot.
Come over here and use some strong materials.
Alright.
There's a team above us.
Yeah, they're shooting at us already.
Yep.
I'm gonna get the high ground right here, LJ.
Yeah, go, brother. Oh shit.
Team members.
Bro, build. Take some shots.
Yeah.
Team above us.
Lock up then.
It landed in a tree, I think.